Welcome to the Romanian Reaver channel and my playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. Shit went sideways again, thanks to a masked individual who keeps poking towers. It's almost like me with a nuclear detonation button, or nuclear launch button more adequately said. Should have not explored so much beforehand. I think I may have screwed myself a bit. But it is what it is, at least I freed those people. From a probably worse fate, a probable worse fate than one would imagine. I wonder if I can sacrifice anybody from the group. Don't look at me, I'm just thinking.
You return. What if you come seeking this time? That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is. He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
Yeah, that'll go. What do I care? I prepare myself for an eventuality such as this, and I can assure you those wandering souls in the streets are beyond caring as well.
Ter Nuneth. It's called Ter Nuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls. Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know. Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Engwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment. I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely. Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you? So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
What could possibly be more meaningless than an existence than their current predicament? Maybe not even well knows what would become of them. Become of them? Spell checking developers, but it'd be wrong not to give the souls a chance to leave their prison. I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting in the shape of something that rise and squeals within her. Here, I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? But what good is observing all this if you're not going to hoard it for yourself? Tell a Reaver An entire language at your fingertips and she hides it away. Yeah, time to crush her like a puny insect. Soviet power supreme. The vampire doesn't seem to notice as you wrap your mind around the squealing, burning mass. However, it sears your bones, you jump back, crying out in pain. I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here with me and accomplish more than any animaster in history in the field. And who will know about it? The bright thing flickers as the flames around the debate. All I've learned, years of studying the Guefun language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Knowledge is meaningless unless shared. A foolish and false sentiment. Knowledge is meaning and it needs external purpose. Your opportunities here are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It's little more than an ember now. You're wrong, but there's no conviction in your voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That'll give me something. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench our pride, and all that remains is blackened diamond hard rock. You cast it away where it melts in the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Ingafa has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together. The language of Ingafa once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
A speaker of dead tongues now, and so he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in the matter of a few moments. I don't suppose you would look at a few books for me. What do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
He stares at you. So what she's saying is, he whispers, we could use the time-honored tactic of negligence to destroy this contraption and prevent further extermination of souls. His face contorts into a frown. Still, it seems a wretched deed to have to sacrifice those trapped within the machine. They deserve a better fate. Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wish. The real question is, okay. Okay. Wonder what to do about the guy in the tower. Not that button, this one. So many important things to do. This will be a very short episode, by the way. Once I do this and hopefully survive quickly. Well, do this quickly and hopefully survive, more precisely. It's 2 AM, don't expect much verbal skill with me at the current time. Once I do this, I'll be ending the episode. As you can clearly see, my tactical abilities are very good, even when three quarters of asleep, I nearly said. Ahem looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely and sores have eaten away patches of skin at his joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
Takes a tentative, scuttling step towards. He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. Seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. Jagged order of pillars rise in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes which you can now understand. You recognize words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You can recognize by the description that the manner in which you turn the dial is the means of throttling the device. Choose end. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant.
Still and silent. It's finally over. Still and silent. It's finally over.
Let me just take a quick look around. There doesn't look to be anything around, so... Now what do I gotta do? 12 minutes is way too short a time. I'm gonna have to do something. Probably go back to my keep and actually see about those two individuals. Oh, and by the way, the dude said they wouldn't survive an explosion. Fucking feather fall. Just so the player needs a couple of mages when he tries to blow it up, and that's that. There, that's the nice man who helped me. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out the keep.
Hello.
The tower, it's off. Does that mean the curse of our heritage is lifted? It was... yeah. Well, that's not for me to decide, but I'm sure the city will see you're well rewarded. Not reward. Rewarded. Actually, let me just check. Okay, Cadnum, here I come. Time for some R&R, basically. A couple of minutes of faffing about, then call it for this episode. Faffing about with quests, of course.
Not as beautiful as the Anguithan ruins near my home, but your fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Blow me and don't stop. Until that whole notion gets out of your bloody skull. What is it with people in ancient civilizations that fuck around with souls and screw people even millennia after the fact?
I trust all is well. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Okay. At last, I'm glad you're here, my lord. My name is Solmar. I have a matter of some importance to discuss, if you have time. Very well, let's hear it. You just realized to join you and take your place upon your throne. I'll cut the meat of it. I have a dozen Orlan slaves in Port Girana. Good healthy stock will fetch a fine price in Israel. If I can ship it up the coast. Get a ship up the coast. That's the tricky part. I haven't got the coin to stock a ship for the whole journey. Now I'm docking a Deerwood port along the way and running the risk of having my goods seized. Really, these Deerwood laws are completely impractical for any honest merchant traveling outside of Defiance Bay. I hoped you could be of some assistance. You're not originally from Deerwood, I hear, so surely you understand. Of course, someone cries said. Have you come to your decision? Hey, yes, I decided to hang you. Guards, take him away. What? You can't. This is madness. Stop. You can't do this to me. Oh, yes, I can. And I'm a fucking asshole, too. Name's Neary. Begging your pardon and all, my lord, but I'm hoping we could talk. Okay. Solmar the Shackler was executed. As so he should be. So might be I got myself nicked here and there for a few unsavory deeds. My name's on posters all over Defiance Bay now. Makes it harder to walk about freely if you get me. My thinking it's time for me to seek out new horizons. That far out Belgo seems nice. Then I'm out of everyone's hair. Only I could use some help getting there. Not that I'm asking you to do this for free, my dear. I picked up a couple of things here from a fellow I know. Not much good to me if I'm caught. Can help you escape. Phew, I know I could. Okay. Hellas tits, that's real generous of you. I'll get myself in the harbor right off. I won't forget this. I owe you one. Gain Cape of the Cheat, Potion of Power. Okay, Cape of the Cheat. Minor Spellbind, Escape, Deceptive. Amulets are often okay. Stalker's Link. Yeah, seems fitting for you. But that said, I'm going to leave it off here now, ladies and gentlemen, because yeah, not much else to do. With your coin in hand, Mira makes a beeline for the nearest port. I bet she does. I bet she does indeed. I wish I could get something a wee bit better. But that is all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, or more precisely surviving up until this point, because gods know the editing's kinda interesting and my voice has a melodic tone to it. If you like what you saw, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like button. It does help out the statistics of the channel, gets more visible, you know, stuff like that. And to be honest, at one point I would like to actually make this a job so I can do better content with better quality, more games, more coverage, you know, stuff like that. Take care.